I'm doing an African American history project because my mom wanted me to for February break. I did this over February break during the recess because the schools let us out, and my mom feels that they let us out because they don't want to teach us about Black history. My three people that I researched was Lewis Latimer, John Burr, and Benjamin Banneker. They were three inventors that invented things that we still use today or are similar to the things we still use today. My first person, Lewis Latimer. He was the only African American member of the famed Edison Pioneers. He was a man of many talents and accomplishments. Lewis was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts in 1848, the same year as John Burr, the inventor of the lawnmower. His parents were runaway slaves. Information about his mother is unknown, but when Lewis was 10 years old, his father disappeared. He never returned, and 5 years later, when Lewis was 15 years old, he joined the Union Army to fight in the Civil War. He was one of the 1,800,000 African Americans fighting in the Union Army. When the Civil War was over, Lewis started to look for a job. He finally found one as an office boy in a firm for patent lawyers. As he was working here, he learned mechanical drawings. After a few years of working as an office boy, he was promoted to draftsman and created drawings for Alexander Graham Bell's application for his telephone patent. This was issued in 1876. Lewis started to look for another job. He found a job with an electrical company in Connecticut. He accepted it, and there he created improvements in the incandescent light that Thomas Edison had made 1 year before. The most important invention that Lewis created was in 1882. He created his long-lasting carbon filament for electrical lighting bulbs. His system was so popular that it was installed in New York City, Canada, and Philadelphia. 2 years later, in 1884, Lewis decided to join the Edison Electric Light Company in New York. This is where he dedicated most of his time defending patents in court as an expert witness. Lewis Latimer also wrote a standard textbook called The Incandescent Electric Lighting, a practical description of the Edison system. Many bought his book. Lewis became one of the 28 members of the Edison Pioneers in 1918. This was a group of inventors who worked for Thomas Edison. Lewis's mind was not only on his inventions. He also had many other interests, like poetry, music, and art. As Lewis became older, he engaged in the study of literature. Lewis died in 1928, but before he passed, his two daughters published a collection of his poems. His light bulb is most important to us today because many of us still use it even though we don't recognize it, and even though they made improvements and tweaked it, it was his invention first because he created it, and without his invention, we wouldn't have light bulbs like we do today. We would still have kerosene gas lamps.